How's it going, everyone? I'm Nick, and you're listening to episode 35 of the Fresh Perspective podcast. Volunteering in your community is a great way to meet awesome people, gain some perspective from those who may be less fortunate, make a positive difference, and even help to further the frontier of science. It looks great on your resume when you are between jobs and makes for some memorable dates, family activities, and forum events. However, not all volunteers help as much as they think. Are you contributing in a meaningful way? How can you ensure that you're serving where your skills are needed the most? How can you avoid burnout? To answer all these questions and more, the Free Thought Forum has put together this elite volunteer training, a set of 7 guidelines that you can use in your community, workplace, teams, and anywhere else some common sense professionalism is needed. This program is brought to you by your local Free Thought Forum. We help those in need of an inclusive, supportive, and free-thinking community by hosting public discussions on moral philosophy, healthy living, and science to improve the cohesion, health, and scientific literacy of our society. Everyone is welcome, regardless of personal background, religious belief, political leanings, etc., to participate in these open and civil discussions every week. To find a Free Thought Forum meeting near you, or to join this week's online group meeting, please visit freethoughtforum.org. Hello, volunteers. Donating your time and skills enables you to actively improve your community, help those in need, and support a worthy cause. On a more personal note, volunteering may also help to improve one's character, emotional health, professional skills, and work ethic. I've been amazed with how much I've come across community service and volunteerism in my studies of effective treatments for things like depression and anxiety. I feel like I can't emphasize enough the positive health effects of setting your day-to-day concerns aside and unselfishly dedicating some of your time to a higher cause. To me, volunteering is a lot like fasting. It allows us to take a break from worrying so much about ourselves. When we think about why people volunteer, we may lean a bit cynical. After all, who is going to work hard unless they are fairly compensated? This is all just unpaid labor, right? This kind of approach to volunteerism seems backward to me. I'm reminded of small communities such as the Amish, who are famous for teaming together to build a barn or a home in just a few hours. I've had the opportunity to serve with volunteer emergency response teams, actively preparing for a flood or searching for missing people. I've also participated with unpaid actors, directors, dancers, lighting crews, sound technicians, set designers, and singers who pour weeks and months of intense free labor into a performance. When we are passionate about something, and especially when we belong to a team of people doing something worthwhile, don't we work just as hard, if not harder, than we do when working for money? I think that realization gets to the heart of why we volunteer. It is more than that rush of dopamine we feel when we are acting altruistically. It is more than an inexpensive treatment for our emotional health issues. It is a celebration of what matters most to us, such as our community, humanity, or art. In my opinion, it is a callback to our evolutionary roots. When our ancestors were all hunters and gatherers, they probably worked hard as teams every single day for the benefit of the common good. This full-time labor helped them survive and thrive long before personal property or wages came to define our place in society. Yet even if our hearts are in the right place, and even when we volunteer for all the right reasons, that doesn't mean we are helping. What are the actual results of our participation? Are we indeed contributing in a helpful or meaningful way? If you spend time with other volunteers, you may have already noticed that some of us can be more trouble than we're worth. Even here in Utah County, I've noticed an increasing number of nonprofits and civil services screening and interviewing their volunteers ahead of time. It is getting to the point where "don't call us, we'll call you" has become a standard response to those who wish to donate some of their time and skills where they're needed. That leads us to the main purpose of this episode, to list some do's and don'ts that will help you be a better volunteer, team member, or employee. When we first collected this advice from experienced volunteers, coordinators, and employers, we couldn't help but notice a great deal of overlap with general professionalism and self-management skills. So before jumping into your next volunteer project, the first week at a new job or something similar, please take a moment to consider the following guidelines. 1. Call ahead of time. Schedule each volunteer project at least 2 weeks in advance. Be specific about how many fellow volunteers you'll bring and how long you'll be able to serve. On the day before the event, a member of your group should call again to reaffirm that you still plan on coming to help. For your safety, be sure to also let your family and friends know of your plans. This may seem like over-communication, but calling ahead of time is a great way to establish a relationship of trust with whomever you are working. Your job as an employee or volunteer is to be predictable and dependable. If you are where you'll say you'll be when you say you'll be there, then those who are in charge will have more reasons to believe that you could be trusted with the important tasks at hand. It is also important to note that volunteer coordinators and supervisors may have to rework their schedule and invest some prep work to accommodate you. So the least you can do is assure them that all those preparations won't go to waste. 2. Come ready to work. On the day of the event, arrive about 10 minutes early. Remember to dress right for the occasion. Do you need a coat, jeans, work boots, or gloves? Should you bring lunch, a shovel, or a flash drive? Come ready for any foreseeable task that you may be asked to perform. For your health and safety, it is usually a good idea to bring your fully charged phone and a water bottle. The organization you're serving may have volunteer shirts or hats for you. If you are volunteering with the Free Thought Forum, be sure to also snap on our official volunteer badge that can be ordered through our online store. Whatever the case, boldly announcing that you are here to volunteer through what you're wearing is a great way to guarantee that you will be put to good use rather than being lost in a crowd. 3. Help precisely as asked. A great volunteer shows that they are just as serious about volunteer work as they are about paid work. They never try to simply look busy, nor do they stand around with their hands in their pockets. Stay engaged and make every volunteered minute count. Depending on the activity, casually chatting with others or texting could be extremely unprofessional. Follow the directions you are given as exactly as possible and ask questions if you are unsure about what to do. This can also help prevent burnout over many different projects. Overperforming or underperforming often causes more harm than good. For instance, if you are helping to lift more than you can safely carry, then you may become a liability risk. Once you finish a task, report right away to your volunteer coordinator or supervisor for your next task. Stick to the plan, take breaks as directed, and leave only at the predetermined time. 4. Adopt your volunteer coordinator's perspective. How quickly should you perform your duties? How committed should you be to the task at hand? When in doubt, do your best to match the earnestness, commitment, seriousness, and vision of your volunteer coordinator or supervisor. When we try to put ourselves in the shoes of those in charge, we may gain a better perspective on how the whole operation could run more smoothly. 5. Be positive and friendly. Don't forget to smile. Sometimes a volunteer coordinator or supervisor is in charge of dozens of people, so little patience, politeness, and friendliness can go a long way. Things like general negativity and gossip can spread like wildfire and quickly undermine the morale of the entire operation. Make sure constructive criticism goes to where it will do the most good for everyone involved. A good goal is to develop a reputation as someone with an uplifting effect on others. 6. Report on what you do well. In the competitive scramble for promotions and recognition, it is up to you to be your own cheerleader. In the workplace, it is unreasonable to hope that someone else will notice you excelling at one task or another. Whatever your reservations about what feels like bragging or boasting, reporting your best accomplishments can lead to you being placed where you can do the most good in the future. When we look at the big picture, it is our responsibility to bring our skills and strengths to the attention of those in charge. 7. Ask for additional training and feedback. You'll know if you are a great volunteer if you're invited back to help again. Before you go, report on what you did well and ask for what you can do better. Your goal should always be to enthusiastically increase your skills and usefulness. If you have enjoyed this conversation or have learned something from it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share it with other open-minded people. All of those things really do make a big difference and help others find our group and our podcast. Thank you. That is all I have for you today, but the conversation continues across social media and in the comment sections below. Do you agree with today's message? Am I mistaken about some detail? What feedback or ideas do you have for this program or our organization? Feel free to share your perspective. A special shout out goes to Penny Davis, Dale Thurber, PhD, and Brooke Freeman. Your monthly support makes this all possible. To check out our awesome donor rewards starting at $1 per month, please visit freethoughtforum.org/donate.